all three of you can tell that you've had the same urgent feeling that there's something has happened on the celestial sphere. Something has happened up in the sky. You will see on the side of the road, not on the side of the road, but on the side of the path, there is a skeleton of a small dragon buried in the sand. Well, where did we leave our party last time we played?
Well, we came into things, didn't we? In a pretty precarious situation. Most of the party was unconscious. We're out in the middle of the desert, potentially with additional bandits en route. But we managed to sort of recover the people who were downed and make our way back to the camp at the entrance to the city, sort of thing, where we'd been before. And then we took a job from a guy we met called Dio, Cleric of Jexel, who spun us this yarn about his temple out in the sticks outside of the protection of the city. And he'd blessed some wizard so that she'd win at gambling, and then she'd lost, and she'd come back and taken over his temple with all of our goons, and he basically asked us to kill her. So we did that. We set out from the protection of the city. We left the walls into the desert, confronted this wizard. Our brave paladin did his best to convince her to stand down, failing miserably. Battle ensued. And once again, out of the clutches of defeat, a 20 saves us, and Cassian kills the last enemies with the rest of the party dying or dead around him.
Okay. Now, something's going to happen this very first night before any of these level ups occur, which is why I'm a little hesitant to start the level up process here.
Got it.
It is nighttime in Abelar. Everyone is restful. The cleric and the paladin wake up in the middle of the night with a sudden start. The both of you independently can tell that something has happened. And as you upstart in this inn room, which is, as we mentioned before, there's like a lot of beds in this room, right? Everyone's just sort of packed in here one after another, right? And the two of you wake to a start, and you can see another person down the room has also bolted upright in bed and exchanging looks in the middle of the night by what little starlight leaks in through the windows. All three of you can tell that you've had the same urgent feeling that there's something has happened on the celestial sphere. Something has happened up in the sky.
So yeah, I'll climb up the ladder first, opening like a hatch or something?
It's just open. Yeah, it's a nice warm area, just a hole in the ceiling.
Okay. Climb onto the roof, sort of sit down and maybe leaning against part of the thatch, if that's what they have, and look up into the sky.
So from the rooftops, gazing to the sky, all three of you will notice, first off, that the temple across the street has clerics climbing out of their beds into the rooftops as well. And scattered throughout the town, you will see other people making their ways out. Hundreds of people. There must be a lot of holy people in this city. And in the sky, hanging there, is a bright green comet.
Have you ever seen anything like that before?
I shake my head. Never.
It's not moving, it's just hanging there.
It's just hanging there in the sky.
Could I do a religion check to try and,
Yes, please.
interpret it in some way? Yeah. Sorry, Jamie. I think I stole your thunder there.
Go on.
I was going to ask, what do I feel?
Well, with the 21 on the religion check, you know that the comet in the sky is the symbol, not the symbol, but it is the presence of a god transitioning from the celestial sphere down to the mortal plane. This is the process of a god coming to the earth, which will take some time, but one of them is on their way.
Can we tell which one?
Oof.
Yes, it is Martha, goddess of life and healing, and one of the 4 major deities is coming herself to the world.
Is this the first time this has happened that we know of?
This is the first time it's happened in your lifetime. You know that gods used to be on the earth, and so this must be, it's happened, but never in living memory.
Still special, yeah.
First time in this age. You will find the Grand Colosseum over in the Blood Quarter, which doubles as both an entertainment spectacle and as a place where you might buy and sell human flesh. Currently, there is a small partition splitting the Colosseum, which is sort of like an oval shape, and it's being split down the middle. One side has some light combat going on. Looks like it's not a full Colosseum day, just like people practicing and training. And on the other side of the light partition is the marketplace. The seats can be filled with observers or people hanging out for the day. And then down in the sands itself are where the crowd has come to bid on the human flesh there. So after 4 hours, it's clear that you're maybe 3/4 of the way through. Do you want to stick out the remaining hours just to see if your people might be in the lot?
Yeah, I think we're gonna stick out the entire time. If there's ever anyone being like chalked as like, oh, this guy's like a woodsman, we found him out there, let me know, I guess.
Right. There is a person from the city Blup, up in the marshes beyond the Badlands. This one knows all the ways of the water, all the mysterious look at the foreign features on this person. Look at how they must have been, I've never sold a person before.
Showing your inexperience as a slave.
It's my weakness here.
Look at his steely eyes and grit.
As this is going on, Cassian will look over to Vasher and give him like a nudge, like, is that the way we're going?
Blup is, you've heard that as one of the cities on the route to the Great Pyramid.
Well, there you go. He could take us to Blup.
I give a look to Vasher. He could take us home. We could take him home.
You do the bidding. I will have no part in this.
I'll listen to the bids and...
Well, it starts at 50 gold.
Oh, wait. I'm sure, or you can tell me, like, does it ever go below 50 gold?
No, so far, 50 seems to be the minimum. If someone doesn't sell, they'll just come back another time and try and sell them again.
I'll throw up a hand after a few calls.
Yeah, it goes once, going twice. You'll throw up a hand for 50. The owner will get sort of excited. And I guess lucky for you, nobody else wants this this man from Blup. Yes, this young man from Blup. And following in the lead of the other people around you, you can walk on up over to the area where money changes hands, pay off the person who sold them, who's pretty excited about this, and they will just hand you this person.
I'll speak to him. Listen, buddy, we're not from around here. We don't really do the slave stuff. We're on our way to Blup. We heard you were from there. We were looking for some friends at the market. You're free now. You can do what you want. If you want to leave and right now, this very second, you can. If you want to take us to Blup, we would appreciate it. But I'm not your owner. I'm not your leader. Do what you want.
It's rude to leave a man hanging.
He looks uncertain, like maybe this is some sort of trick or trap, but eventually will put his hand in yours and shake it and say, "My name is Plax."
Nice to meet you, Plax. Welcome to the group.
Our party is geared up and ready to go. You've got your brand new friend in tow with you. And, are we ready?
We're ready?
So.
We are ready.
Let's go.
Excellent. Off we go. Heading north.
Look at the guy who wanted to hang out with us too.
Heading west through the desert. Stepping out of Ablar, it is a windy day, and the desert sands blow in your face. Little bits of small rocks flying all over the place, peppering your eyes. You sort of have to squint and power through the desert storms. All right. Your guide, Plax, will help you along the way. The second day, as you're going through the desert, the weather is a little bit better. You don't quite have those like blistering sands blowing in your face. and you come across an interesting sight. You're walking along the river, which has, sandy beach, and then like a strip of grasses and trees, and then desert beyond. You will see on the side of the road, not on the side of the road, but on the side of the path, there is a skeleton of a small dragon buried in the sand.
When you say small dragon, is this like bigger than a horse?
Oh yeah, it's like 60 feet long or something, 70 feet long.
Shit!
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, you can see like the head sticking out and some ribs here and there, and like the tail's coming out.
It looked like it's been buried for a long time. I mean, I assume it's just bone.
It's just bone.
I elbow Roy and say, point at it, Roy, that looks like a dragon.
There's no way. That's not. I'm gonna
Go check it out.
Closer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The party goes check it out. Roy just
goes
goes
check it out.
Okay.
I'm running. I'm sprinting.
Roy sprints from the shade of the trees across the sands. Those little sand creatures that you saw at the very beginning of the campaign, those Azari, begin to unburrow themselves from around the dragon as soon as the image resolves itself.
Shit.
These little guys.
I'm gonna fucking die.
Roy, so
Take
excited.
It was a dragon, guys. Come on.
And I do believe we need to roll for initiative.
I'm going to tie this guy up with... I'm going to go back to the horse. I'm going to pull off my 50 feet of rope.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to tie him up. How much rope?
Just use the whole 50 feet unless you want to start cutting your rope into smaller pieces, which
I'll
is...
use the whole 50 feet. That's right.
Cassian, what are you doing?
Prisoner? Might be able to tell us where the other ambushes are. We have a cart.
You think you're going to be able to speak to that thing?
Sorry, we're bringing the fucking monster with us, by the way. I don't know if you remember
right.
that.
Yeah, no, we should definitely talk about that. I forgot all about it. You have an Azari leader with you. So what would you like to do with the Azari leader before we get too much further in the game?
I want to talk to him. Does he speak any of the languages?
Let's see. Azari leader, intelligence check. How bright are you? He's fucking bright. Yeah, he speaks common.
Why did you attack us?
Is there someone here who's not an idiot that I can talk to?
Roy raises his hand.
Fucking roasted.
Who are you?
Please not attack us in the future.
What are your names, so that I might sing your glories to my people?
We're the Waystars.
I'll tell him that we're the Waystars from the Stormtide Kingdom.
Ah.
And that's not really. I'm technically the Waystar. These guys are just my friends. I'm Waystar. Roy. Waystar.
Roy Waystar and his men is who
That's
you
right.
are.
That's right.
I know.
Apparently.
This is Vika, by the way.
Ah. Well, good day.
What's your name?
Slothalath.
It was a pleasure, I'm sure.
Slothalath
we have any more
will scurry into the desert. Oh, look.
I say goodbye to him in Elvish.
He responds in his lizard tongue.
I feel like he has a dialect I can't really understand.
What is the highest passive perception in the party?
I got 11.
10.
13.
Ooh, okay, that's quite good.
It's probably 13 is our highest.
Yeah,
Let's use that.
I was gonna use 13.
I see everything.
You do not see everything. That's a problem. So they won't get a full surprise round, but you also won't have time to prepare. Out of the corner of the sky in which the sun is, using the sun as their backdrop for their flight, is a group of griffins. And you know what griffins love more than anything in the world?
Horses.
Horse flesh. It's their favorite snack of all. And these griffins that you see, they don't have any riders, but griffins have been known to have riders. But what they do have are clothes. They are donned with like the Griffin equivalent of like a horse blanket or like that tabard that you would give a war horse that like has signs and sigils on it. These 3 Griffins, which you barely notice just as they're like, coming within striking range. We'll just roll initiative at this distance. Unfortunately, however, that is going to be the end for our episode today because we are out of time. We will be back next week with more Lazarus Expedition, though.